Welcome back. We're your hosts. I'm Anthony McLaughlin, and with me is Victoria Nolan. Victoria, I know you're an accomplished athlete and author, but do you have an artsy side?
Well, my mom is an amazing artist, and my daughter is an amazing artist, so it must be in me somewhere, but I haven't found it yet. How about you?
Well, I'm an extremely talented artist. I really enjoy doodling.
Well, I think I would spend more time doing art if I had a better sense of the finished product. I would love to take an accessible art course.
Well, in that case, you'll be interested in our next story about the Sensing Art program in Regina. Roll it.
My name is Wendy Peart. I'm the Curator of Education and Community Outreach at the Dunlop Art Gallery. The Sensing Art program is a program where people can come to the gallery, experience the art that's in the gallery space through different sensory techniques, such as through listening, through the verbal descriptions, through elements that can be touched and handled.
This is Derek Sullivan's first book. We could touch all the books in this exhibition even though they are artwork.
Olivia Rosema is the education assistant at the Dunlop Art Gallery and acts as the tour guide and facilitator of the Sensing Art program.
It's a program for members of our community who have any sort of visual impairment. So we start the program off with a tour, a tactile tour of the art gallery, and then we proceed to a programming room where we do some sort of tactile art making craft.
The exhibition by Derek Sullivan, called The Book Lover, has about 7 tables in the gallery space. On the 7 tables there are a couple of books on each table, and above the tables hanging are other books. Also included are diagrams, like a mural on the wall. They are pictures of a hand holding a rectangular object, which is supposed to be a book.
So in the tour, we go through each artwork. The ones that are safe to touch, I help them touch and I allow them to touch. And then we talk about them in the role in the show and art history and just the context of the exhibition within our culture. The artist lit fires and then buried them and documented it in photos. So sometimes art doesn't have to be difficult.
After the tour of the gallery, Olivia escorts the group to another room where they get to participate in a tactile art activity.
Today we did plasticine still lifes. So I brought objects, some fake fruit and seed pods, and we were able to feel them and touch them and turn them around and try to recreate them in plasticine.
My name is Amber Joy Boyd. I have been coming since it started, so 6 months, I think. All of the art that we get to do is very tactile. It's all very hands-on and things that you could, feel and interact with, so it's very, very appropriate for visually impaired and blind people.
Michelle Bush is a participant who has been attending the Sensing Art program since it began.
You don't have to worry about how do I adapt this or what are we doing so that I can, think ahead of time. It's just show up, we're gonna do something tactile, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be geared towards people who can't see very well or don't see at all. There's none of that worry of what are other people gonna think.
Sometimes I theme it for the exhibition, but if the exhibition has been up for a while, I generally gauge the interest of the group. We have a lot of returning members, so I try to plan the crafts for what would appeal to the members. Well, I love this program. It's one of my favorite programs to run. Interacting with a community that I generally wouldn't interact with in my everyday life. I learn so much from them, and I hope through our making that they learn some from me as well.
Emily Lemoyne, along with her father Luke Lemoyne, is attending the Sensing Art program for the first time.
It makes us feel like we're a part of the community. We're not always on the outside looking in. So if we can go to something and actually take part, something that's geared for someone in Emily's situation, then that's great, and I want her to feel like she's part of the community. So it's really important to be able to come to this kind of stuff.
It's an awesome experience. I mean, you get to try something you've maybe never tried before. And even if you've done art in school or art in the community, it's usually not geared for visually impaired and partially sighted, so you're just adapting. You're like, okay, how do I make this work for me? Or the artist who's running it has to say, how do you make this work for them? But here, it works for everybody, so we can all engage equally. So it's a really safe environment to try something new and to try out new skills that maybe you didn't know you had. And who knows, you might find out that you're really talented and make some money off it on the side, right? Start selling your pieces. But no, it's a really amazing experience.
Super willfully and
What a great way to spend your Saturday, immersed in art and creating your own art.
It looked like everybody was having a fantastic time, laughing and really enjoying the experience.
And I can really relate to what Amber Joy was saying. When you live with blindness or partial sight, you're constantly trying to adapt to the sighted world. I love the idea that programs like this exist that are inclusive by design.
I'd love to see Amber Joy selling her pieces one day. She obviously loves making them.
If you want to know more about the Sensing Art program, you can visit the Regina Public Library website at reginalibrary.ca.